In this video we're going to show you how to make spaghetti. So you're going to cut up thin slices of bell pepper, 1 tomato, that's about 3 bell peppers, about two onions diced up, and you're going to saute the onions in some oil, about 4 or 5 tablespoons of oil, or butter. Butter is the better choice, so go with butter. And this is what we have: ragu, roasted garlic, and we also have some extra garlic we're going to put in later. And we have Del Monte spaghetti noodles, and we're going to use half of that packet. And we already have some cooked 1 pound or a half kg mutton keema, and we're going to mix it in. We haven't added any salt or anything, but we did add some little bit spices in the mutton keema. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just enough to remove that niswasana, or that meaty smell. So we're not going to put the broth, the mutton broth, in the saute pan. We're going to keep it for later. If it tastes good, then we're going to add it in, but most likely we're not going to add it in. So after about 5 minutes, after it's together, stirred together and simmering, so now we're going to add the ragu sauce, tomato sauce. So you want to put a little bit of water. Now we're going to stir it a little bit. So I got the water just on the stove, put it on high, there we go, and let it boil. Then we'll add the spaghetti noodles. So we're gonna put the lid back on, because you want it to have a good simmer. So what you want to do is you want to break and then put the spaghetti noodles in there. And you can add a hint of butter, a little bit, a teaspoon or a teaspoon of oil, so they don't stick together. So this is going to be enough for about 4 or 5 people. So we used a half a packet, and put some oil. We're going to give it a stir, make sure it's not, and you want to put it in low flame, right? And so you're going to taste it to make sure it tastes good. Yeah, so it's almost over, and we're gonna put a little bit more butter in here for flavor. So we want to put the lid back on, right? After about 5 minutes, we're gonna give it a little bit more stir. Give it a taste test. If you like it, fine. Otherwise, you may need to add a little bit more salt. So we can turn it off. It's been 5 more minutes, and then either keep it on low flame or turn it off. And we're waiting for the spaghetti to cook. So now we're gonna put some more garlic, and it's gonna cook because of the heat. We don't need to cook additional. It's been about 30 minutes, and you can see the spaghetti is about getting done. More like 20 minutes, not 30 minutes. And you can see the garlic, it's all done, and the butter is all melted in. And and you want the bell pepper to be almost really mushy. You don't want it to be thick. Um, and the taste. Up. So we want to let it sit, and you can add some butter in there now if you want. Since we strained it, she's gonna put the rest of the spaghetti. We're gonna give it a stir a little bit. So we turn the heat down all the way down to low. Lowest setting we can do it. So as you can see, we took a little bit out just to make sure that we have enough extra sauce. So we don't want it to be too dry. We want it to be just enough. And we're going to let it sit for another 5 minutes or so. And after 2 minutes or so, we turn it off. Turn the flame off. It's best if you use fork, but you can use a spoon anyway if you want. So that's the end result. Hope you like it.